Hey guys, PierceKlugs here, and we're gonna be going over Hytale server technology. So, as we know from the game Minecraft, that there was a lot of server development. And honestly, I've been waiting for this article to come out for a while now, especially since I actually learned how to program in Java because of server development in Minecraft. So, one of the cool things about Hytale is that they want servers to have freedom. Like, they're trying to be as free range as possible. Unlike how Minecraft is now, that is. So, we're going to go over a few things today pertaining to the Hytale servers. And I'm probably going to do a little bit of reading here and there about the Hytale servers. I'm actually really excited because I'm going to go over like a general overview of kind of what they've told us on Twitter and some of the confirmations. I'm honestly really excited because there is a lot of potential for plugins and other things like that. So let's get started. So one of the first things that they talked to us about is that Hytale is written in C#. So the whole game is written in C#. However, the servers will run off of Java. So that means for all you developers out there that have learned Java and don't want to convert over to C#, even though it's a pretty easy transition overall, that we can now identify simply what we need to work on and what we don't need to work on. For example, all we have to do is focus on server and client interaction, and we don't necessarily have to work on the C# aspect of directly influencing the game, which means plugins. So for everyone that's familiar with the difference between plugins and mods, plugins are server based. So you would be affecting the connection or the information going between the client, which is the person that is playing the game, and the server, which is what you are connecting to. So there's a lot of potential for a lot of variety when it comes to plugins, and also the fact that all the people from the Minecraft community that used to be Java developers have more of an opportunity in Hytale because of the freedom that they're giving us. And I'm hoping that they come out with an API sooner or later, and I would really appreciate it if they showed the API to some of the developers pre-release, because I would like to get a head start on kind of what is going on, you know? Especially for the developers that actually can program off screen and we don't necessarily have to use like a scripting tool or anything like that. So I hope that we can get everything together. So I'm going to do a little bit of reading from the languages and performance section of the article. Feel free to read along with me, but there is a lot here. We've had a lot of questions about Hytale's engine and server technology since the announcement in December. It's great that so many people are interested in running their own Hytale servers. Here's the answers to the most common question. Hytale's client is written in C# and servers run on Java. We'll cover in-game scripting in a future post, as it's a separate topic. We've chosen to use Java for Hytale servers for a multitude of reasons. For one, our backend team is very comfortable writing high-performance Java and has let us heavily optimize our server code. Furthermore, we know that our community has a lot of experience with Java too. It's important to us that it is as easy as possible for server operators to get up and running. Using C# for client provides additional performance benefits, and we're very happy about the results we've seen so far. And that's actually very confirmed that C# has been good for game development. And it's not necessarily that Java is slower, but it's easier for C# to be used because it's so direct, and there's not really a whole bunch of gaps, for example, for, you know, reading things off of machines, which is also why Hytale is very, very meticulous on trying to make it free for all types of devices. And Hytale is going to be open to most devices, and I don't think there's going to be anything big like shaders or anything like that. But If there is, it would be very minor, which we can also assume from C#. So the next section is the shared source servers, and I'm honestly going to go over that real quick because I don't think it's too much of something to go on. Mostly just the fact that we're going to be able to use Java and make plugins is the biggest thing. So we've kind of already went over the biggest point of this article, especially since the Java community is probably like, phew, oh yes, yes. Now we can start making our plugins again. Okay, so shared source servers. Hytale server technology will be provided shared source, which means that everyone will be able to read the server code. The game client, however, will be closed in order to provide a common baseline for server operators and players. This allows us to provide a secure and reliable experience, guard against cheating, and provide modders and content creators with a shared foundation to work from. Which, that is actually really great, that we don't have to necessarily worry about hackers and hack clients and stuff like that. Because Hytale is designed from the ground up for modding, server operators will be able to create and customize every aspect of the game, from environments and game mechanics to parts of the UI itself. We want players to be able to build upon what we're working on, but we also don't expect the community to do our work for us. In effect, this shared source system means that it is possible for servers to run a modified version of the game, grounded in a client that is common to every player. Every server represents its creator's vision for the game, and because server operators have a consistent platform to build upon, it is straightforward for players to jump between wildly different experiences. When you connect to a Hytale server, the client will automatically download all of the content needed in order to play models, animations, sounds, and everything else. Okay, so what they're basically saying is that any modification that's done on server side will then be added client side. So all those times where there were incompatibilities with modifications, we know that mods are not going to be a viable option in Hytale because you can't work with the source code in C#. So one of our biggest targets is mostly just plugin based, which Hypixel is known for their plugins. So for them to make this a plugin based game, it makes a lot of sense. So we need to make sure that we target specifically just plugins. So for those that are modders in the community of Minecraft, I recommend you do a little update and refresh on your specifics to servers. Now, the biggest issue with this is that we're gonna have a little bit of a dispute here, because as nice as it would be to just download everything, I wonder how it's going to memorize. I don't know if we'll also be able to download all of the files and keep it there for easy access into the servers, or if we're gonna have a constant loading screen. Which I don't think that it's going to be a bad thing for us to have a constant loading screen, but it would be a little bit more efficient if we were able to keep the files that we download. The server browser. Eagle-eyed readers of our UI sneak peek article will have noticed a navigation tab called Servers at the top of the Hytale's main menu. Hytale server browser will let players quickly find community servers to play on. We will allow you to sort and filter by the types of games you like to play: adventure mode or mini games, co-op or competitive, as well as by other factors like languages supported and other things like that. A tagging system will allow servers to designate the type of content they provide alongside traditional server list features like banners and graphics as an example. Users can favorite servers they really enjoy, and you'll be able to sort the server list by the total number of favorites that each server has received in order to quickly find the most popular places to play. Okay, so I already have a little bit of a say in this. Honestly, this gives the community a bigger outreach. We used to have like websites like minecraftservers.org and stuff like that, and they used to go ahead and tell you, oh, this is the most popular server. Well, Hytale has built that feature in, so we don't necessarily need websites that tell us, oh, this server's the best. And we can honestly navigate, we can check our ping, we can check the amount of players online, and it's honestly way nicer. The only thing I'm thinking about is how they're going to compensate for hubs. So if we have a hub, a central hub, and mini servers on the side, I wonder how that will work. The Hytale server browser will be actively moderated, and all server operators, from large minigame networks to smaller community servers, are required to adhere to a light terms of service. And see, they have emphasis on lightweight terms of service. Appearing on Hytale's server browser won't be necessary in order for players to join a server, but we expect that it'll be the way that many players find servers to play on. So that makes sense that we have a little list of servers that we can, choose and build upon. I'm hoping that I can turn one of my custom servers. Actually, I'm hoping I can get a picture up here. I'll see if I can, but if not, just listen to me here for a second, because I'm hoping to get my server up and running, so I'll go ahead and host a Hytale server, and you guys are all welcome once the game comes out, but I'm going to be prepared most likely. But I really hope that I can go ahead and get a server up quickly, because once the game comes out, I want to be prepared on what I need to do and how I need to do it. So I'm really excited that they're going to be throwing this together. Playing with friends. Furthermore, we've implemented technology into Hytale to make playing together as painless as possible. Finally, the friends list allows you to jump into servers that your friends are currently playing on. It also allows you to connect to their adventure mode worlds. To ensure that this is a smooth process, we're using UPnP, Universal Plug and Play protocols to handle port forwarding automatically when possible. If that is unavailable, then we attempt NAT punch through. What this means is in practical terms is that you can join your friends' worlds through your friends list as long as you're both connected to the internet without ever having to set up port forwarding, regardless of your router's settings, making it easy to play with your friends without a hitch. Making it easy to play with your friends without a hitch is very important to us. So that is actually very straightforward. It's kind of like you're on a LAN, but you're more on a WAN, if you know what I mean. If anyone gets those terms, thank you. A platform to build on. We've poured everything we've learned in more than 6 years of running game servers for millions of players into Hytale server technology. Our ambition is to eventually implement solutions to all the difficulties that we've encountered over the years, to anticipate the issues that players and server operators may face and have an answer for them. We're looking forward to working closely with the community, and we'll be reaching out to ensure that we factor in your requirements and ideas. So that's basically it. So they've given us all the information we need for the server technology, and I'm really excited because overall, the server technology is straightforward and to the point. And most people that are in the community appreciate this as well, because server technology is very, very important to how a game is developed. And especially if you want a strong community, having a strong community of servers within a game is very, very important. And we saw that when Minecraft started to develop, and we had big servers like Mineplex and Hypixel. So let's just make sure that we keep in mind how important server technology is to this game. As long as they keep on the direction they're going, I think we're going to have a great experience with Hytale.